In the far reaches of the galaxy, a mystery was unfolding that no one could have predicted. Isolation had turned into a revelation, and the consequences were about to shake the cosmos. Commander Rylan Vex stared out at the glittering expanse of the Orion station. Millions of species had come here over eons to make decisions that shaped civilizations, yet humans had been deliberately excluded. Yet somehow, humanity thrived without interference, thriving in ways no one had imagined. NASA simulations had once predicted human colonization limits, but the reality defied even their most optimistic models. The Council debated endlessly whether to extend humanity's isolation. Perhaps they'll collapse, Rylan whispered to himself. But deep inside, he feared the opposite, that humanity was quietly evolving into something unstoppable. Inspired by the HFY wiki accounts of human resilience, he wondered if the Council had inadvertently given them a gift instead of punishment. 5 years into isolation, something unprecedented happened. Human colonies began disappearing. Lieutenant Saris Kale of the Vigilant Star Patrol noticed outer colonies going dark. Mining stations around Proxima Centauri, agricultural hubs on Kepler 442b, all stopped transmitting. At first, equipment failure was suspected, but further investigations revealed a chilling truth. Landing on New Alexandria, Kale found the city perfect yet empty. Streets, vehicles, gardens, all untouched, all silent. There were no signs of struggle, panic, or evacuation chaos. This wasn't fear. It was deliberate. The humans had left, but not hurriedly. They had orchestrated a vanishing act that stunned even the most logical minds. Saris Kale and her team discovered the spaceport, filled with cargo containers and personal belongings, neatly stacked, ready for transport. Beds showed recent use, meals were half-eaten, children's toys scattered, yet not a soul remained. It was as if 50,000 humans had vanished into thin air, leaving only traces of a life carefully prepared to be moved. Reports from other worlds mirrored the same eerie scene, Titan's shipyards empty but intact, Vega research stations abandoned yet organized. The Council convened emergency sessions. Ambassador Thren Vox of the crystalline Zyran species argued that billions couldn't vanish without a trace, while Rylan Vex struggled to rationalize this phenomenon. The idea that humans left voluntarily was scoffed at by many. How could they move billions without detection? But Dr. Leora Neth, the Council's chief science advisor, calmly suggested that humans had historically exceeded expectations. If they survived isolation, perhaps they had also mastered technologies the Council couldn't yet comprehend. Investigations revealed the first clues, small devices left behind in public spaces. Holographic messages activated upon alien approach, featuring Ambassador Ilara Voss, the human diplomat who had once faced the Council. Her message explained humanity's choice, not fear, not anger, but hope. They had discovered freedom in isolation and transcended the limitations of the Council itself. Humanity had developed intergalactic travel and relocated billions to distant galaxies. The message contained coordinates to observation points revealing traces of dimensional distortion, showing the humans' mastery over technologies the Council had long deemed impossible. According to research inspired by futurism articles on theoretical warp drives, such feats would take centuries for other species to achieve. Rylan Vex watched in disbelief as holographic data detailed ships folding space around themselves, gateways opening across unimaginable distances, and humans encountering civilizations from other galaxies. It became clear that humanity had graduated from the Milky Way entirely, leaving behind empty worlds and a Council forced to reconsider everything they thought they knew. The Council's emergency chambers buzzed with tension. Species argued endlessly about the implications of humans' departure. Ambassador Thren Vox voiced the fundamental truth: humanity had not only survived isolation, they had evolved beyond every prediction. The galaxy itself had just become smaller, yet more uncertain, and the story of humans was only beginning. Admiral Kalen Drax led the largest joint expedition in galactic history, 300 ships from 50 species, to scour former human territories. Each planet, space station, and mining outpost was to be examined thoroughly. Inspired by the meticulous world building in the expanse, Kalen ensured no detail, however small, was overlooked. Every world they scanned was empty, yet perfectly maintained. Buildings were intact, crops were flourishing, and energy grids were operational. Dr. Leora Neth reported that humans had executed a coordinated evacuation over months, not days. There were no signs of panic, disaster, or destruction, only precision and foresight. The scientific teams explored Earth itself. Dr. Yalith monitored weather systems and wildlife in abandoned human cities. Instead of seeing decay, she detected something far stranger, technology activating on its own, as if waiting for the right moment. Equipment that had been dormant for years now hummed with an eerie, deliberate energy. In Mars Research Institute, experimental dimensional devices powered up independently. Dr. Yalith explained to Kalen, these machines aren't just turning on. They're evolving. They appear to be learning from the intergalactic network humans discovered. The Council's most advanced species struggled to comprehend machines improving themselves across dimensions. Soon, new devices materialized out of thin air, machines clearly not designed for humans. They were engineered for species entirely unknown to the Council, indicating humans anticipated other civilizations. Then came the messages. The dimensional network began transmitting communications from the Nexus Collective, a coalition from Andromeda Galaxy. Their message was simple: humanity had integrated into intergalactic civilizations and now served as ambassadors. Admiral Kalen struggled to contain his disbelief. The humans hadn't fled. They had connected the galaxy to a broader cosmos. The Nexus Collective criticized the Council's governance. They valued innovation and independence, not conformity. Your methods forced humanity into exile, the message read. We cannot guarantee contact with species that suppress the growth of their own members. This sent shockwaves across Council halls, dividing member species between fear and awe. Ambassador Riona Threx emerged as a leader for progressive species, advocating reform. Humanity proves there's an alternative, she argued. Civilizations can grow without rigid hierarchies. We can reach beyond our limits if we embrace curiosity, not control. Younger species resonated with her vision, inspired by humanity's triumph. Debates raged for months. The Council split into factions. Traditionalists like Zether Korin wanted to maintain strict control, progressives led by Riona Threx sought reform, and independent species chose to explore the dimensional network autonomously. The galaxy was on the cusp of transformation, teetering between order and freedom. Meanwhile, abandoned human cities continued to evolve autonomously. Machines created devices that defied physics, providing tools for exploration and discovery. Some were clearly designed to guide Council species toward intergalactic knowledge, while others prepared the galaxy for contact with civilizations humanity had already joined. Dr. Yalith received messages from human scientists across galaxies, freighter captains, researchers, and diplomats sharing wisdom. The universe is far larger than you imagined, one transmission said. The dimensional network continued to evolve, linking galaxies in ways the Council had never imagined. Admiral Kalen Drax observed energy patterns so vast they defied measurement. According to NASA simulations on quantum communication, such network systems could theoretically transmit data faster than light, yet humans had done it. New devices appeared daily in abandoned cities, seemingly alive and self-directed. Dr. Leora Neth discovered machines creating exploratory drones capable of interstellar mapping. These drones, moving without physical propulsion, mirrored ideas from theoretical HFY texts on folded space travel. Council species received encrypted messages from human colonists, each revealing glimpses of advanced civilizations. Organic machine hybrids, pure energy beings, and dimensional intelligences were now humanity's allies. These civilizations had long transcended their home galaxies, patiently waiting for species capable of independent innovation. The council chambers erupted with debate. Zether Korin urged caution, warning of unknown dangers. We know nothing of these beings or their intentions. Humanity could have been deceived or manipulated. Yet Ambassador Riona Threx countered, humanity's success shows we must evolve, or we will be left behind. Within weeks, 17 council species announced withdrawal from central governance. They sought freedom to explore the dimensional network and make independent contact. We may not leave the galaxy like humans, said Ambassador Thrikala, but we will no longer be bound by a council that fears growth more than it values freedom. Humanity's legacy reshaped galactic priorities. The council species studied autonomous human machines, gaining access to knowledge previously thought impossible. Libraries of intergalactic engineering, medical technology, and dimensional mathematics became accessible, sparking the fastest period of scientific advancement in galactic history. On Earth, the first glimmers of human technology interacting with nature were studied. Gardens thrived autonomously, energy grids balanced consumption and production, and artificial intelligence maintained stability. Inspired by futurism articles on AI self-optimization, the Council realized humans had created ecosystems beyond mere survival. They had engineered evolution itself. The dimensional network offered glimpses of humanity's new homes. Cities floated in space without support, glowing with internal light, populated by beings that retained their humanity yet had embraced transformation. Children played with tools defying physics, and knowledge was shared freely across species, unbound by bureaucracy. The Council faced a reckoning. Traditionalists resisted, clinging to authority. Progressives argued for reform, while independent species embraced exploration. The galaxy itself seemed to pivot on a single question: could civilizations thrive without centralized control, guided instead by curiosity and cooperation? Messages from the Nexus Collective confirmed that humanity had not only survived isolation but thrived. They had become intergalactic diplomats, educators, and innovators. Admiral Kalen Drax understood the truth: humans had set the galaxy free by leaving, showing the potential of choice, imagination, and resilience. The final transmission concluded with a solemn reminder: freedom requires courage, knowledge, and vision. Humanity's journey had begun anew among the stars, leaving behind empty worlds as monuments to their audacity. The Council species, now forever changed, faced a future where the galaxy itself was no longer the limit, it was just the beginning.